You know, Yetta, sometimes I feel like a hamster.
You mean like on one of those spinning wheels?
Yeah.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.
Welcome to another episode of Life's Inside Track. I'm Yetta Dekker.
And I'm Ken Dekker.
And it's where we get to share techniques, thoughts, tips, tools, and some tactics that we all need, we all deserve. You, I, everyone, so we can turn our house into home, our families thrive, and we live the very best life possible.
That sounds awesome.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes.
We're going to consider how when we have vision as a couple, we thrive. And when vision wanes, we don't thrive. And how can we get back to that?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, this is the honesty show here.
Aren't they all the honesty show?
Yeah, but sometimes we're a little more authentic, more vulnerable.
Transparent
Than others. Yeah, and so the last several months have been, what would I say? Kind of lackluster and going through the motions like the hamster on the wheel. Like they seem to enjoy it. You know, when
The
you look at the
hamsters?
hamster, yeah, when you
It's
see him
having
on a
fun.
wheel. But for me, if I'm just on a wheel having no purpose, no value in what I'm doing, it just seems pointless and lackluster and
right.
depressing.
And I'm not going to say we have had no purpose, no vision, no passion at all, because we've been able to do whatever we need to do to serve our clients. And we have been staying consistent and going through sometimes, unfortunately, the motions.
Mhm.
I mean, you know, and I know that every year there's a few weeks where I just struggle.
Yeah.
It sits right in my cells, and it doesn't matter how big a goal I have out there, how on purpose I think I'm living, it just sits, right? Catastrophic event that happened many years ago, and without even knowing it, it sneaks up on me and I'm less put together. So vision in those times, big, consistent, God-given vision is even more important, both for us in life, but also even within our relationship.
Yeah, and it kind of leaks over time.
It does.
I think that what we've been going through is kind of like problem solving instead of setting goals and having a vision for our life. What's that scripture around vision?
Without vision, people perish.
Yeah. And I think relationships perish a little bit. We're not talking like they're done, they're failed, you know. I'm just talking they're not thriving.
We're not
They're
having as much
vibrant.
fun, vibrancy, vitality, enthusiasm. And so we're not trying to depress you right now. So if you're starting to get depressed, know that we're going to come out the other side of this. And we have come out the other side. Because when we're in the midst of it, it isn't really the time to share it with you because we don't have any idea of where we're headed.
Yeah, we don't
Right?
have the answer.
We don't have any solution or any idea of answer. And so one of my mentors, which I've journeyed with for 15 years or so now, she just wrote a book.
Mhm.
And the book is called Becoming More. And I've renamed it sort of Becoming Even More because I already feel like I've become more, but there's even more.
Mhm.
There's even more always. It's kind of like God says he loves us the way we are, but he doesn't leave us here.
Right.
And that's how I see it. And so we've been pre-reading, pre-launch of the book because she asked some of those that she has mentored and that are in her inner circle to come alongside and read the book to be able to share it with others and to be able to really create a movement. And so she had vision for a movement, not just
That's
putting
a big goal, big vision.
big vision, not just putting another book out into the world, but something that will make a difference for the masses, for the
Yeah.
majority of people. And so we've been reading it, and it actually helped us shift out of the funk that we're in by not having a vision
Right.
or a vision that had leaked. A vision that wasn't keeping us, we weren't keeping it at the forefront.
Yeah, and we're going to make a shameless plug for this book because it's affecting our life in a great way, and it could affect your life in a great way. And it comes out in a few days. So you can jump on Amazon actually and buy a copy, pre-order a copy. It's coming out on October 30th. And it's called Becoming More by Dianna Kokoszka.
Yeah. So becoming more with Dianna. I got to be careful not to do that. I did recommend that to her when she was writing the book, but I think Becoming More is a short, succinct, and it connects more with people, even greater with people. So it's a fantastic title. And like we always say to you, connect with us together at dekkerteam.com. Yeah, that's right. .com, not .ca, but dekkerteam.com, because then we can keep you abreast of things like this that are maybe not so real estate specific, and yet how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah, and this book is affecting us so much that we're actually going to do a book club in November. So if you want to be part of our book club, first thing is pre-order the book. We did order 100 of them because we have a large circle that we're going to do this with. Yeah. And just email us at together@dekkerteam.com and just write book club in the subject, and then we'll connect with you, let you know dates, times, and what that's going to look like.
Yeah, because it's been great for me to be and you to be on that book club with Dianna. So we want the same for you. So what are some of those things that are happening or happen when our vision is leaky? We start going through the motions. We get a little bit lost. We sometimes lose our place.
Yeah, and we're just kind of problem solving, putting out fires. You know, I said to you a couple of weeks ago, it was like, you know, there's enough energy for work. There's enough energy to get done what has to get done. But then that's about it, you know, because it's like the flame's gone out a little bit or it's down. You know how you can turn up the flame on your barbecue or on your gas fireplace? Well, our pilot light's still on. Yeah. But the flame's not burning real bright. And so reading this book has reignited some of that passion and understanding how to set goals, why we set goals, and the steps was one of the chapters that we read in the book. And we're no strangers to setting goals. We've set goals, but it was a great reminder. And so in the next segment of this show, we're going to give you some of the tools that we learned in that particular chapter.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
a little touch on that chapter. Not the whole chapter. Can't give away the book because you got to buy the book.
Well, and when you own the book, one of the things that we've learned is not only relationally learning together, it brought it alive, because I did the first bit of the book without you, and then I brought you in, and then we got caught up and we did the rest of it together. And just relationally, what happens when you have a shared goal or a shared vision? Even something so simple as learning together. And so the reason we're doing it with you and with those that want to join us is because together we accomplish what we can never do alone.
Yeah. And we've been reading it together. One will read it out loud to the other takes notes, or vice versa. So it's really connecting us. And one of the things I found with goals is sometimes people don't either buy into themselves, or somebody sets a goal for you and you don't buy into it, then it's not going to work. Or the gap is so large between where you are and what the goal is, you think it's impossible, and it just makes you more depressed. So that we're going to talk out some ways of really working through that. Yeah. So one of the questions I have for you right now is, if money and time were abundant and you were not afraid, what would you imagine is possible for you and your relationships in how you're being, what you're doing, what you're having, and what you're giving? We're grateful to be positioning with you to create wealth wisely, because it's much more than just about the money.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward